chest. I don't know. What have I done? What have I done? I'm gonna get through like half of this. And then like tell myself that this is a horrible idea. I should not have done this. I need to close this executable and close the executable and run the intro. How dare I deprive my fellow users and fans, all of my friends and compatriots of the wonderful introduction that is this thing that we are about to play. Oh boy. Well, you know, I've said to myself, maybe I shouldn't play these bad adventure games. Maybe I should play things that make me happy. Maybe I should play things that are not technical nightmares to try and manage. And then I need to remind myself that I took commissions during my charity stream. And that done fucked up everything. I should never do that again. Ever. And so, fun fact, before we jump into this game, let's talk a little bit about what I needed to do to just make this thing display at an aspect ratio that was not a microscope level of aspect ratio visual trickery. So I have this wonderful 1440p 170 hertz monitor, and this game, whenever I tried to run it, this is the Journeyman Project 2 Buried in Time, the epic time travel adventure. Whenever I tried to run this, it would run in like this tiny little box that took up like 10% of my screen. And then I had to like look at this, and I realized that GOG is running Windows 95 in a 32-bit compatibility mode. GOG, G-O-G, good old games. And because it's Windows 95, it's not DOSBox, it's not ScumVM. It's just something that they did that made this very hard to run. So what I had to do is I had to take this, monitor, this modern piece of technology that I bought with my hard-earned money, and then I had to downscale the resolution from 1440p to 800 by 600. So is that what you're looking at right now? This, it's readable, because when I first ran it, it was too tiny. It did not work. It was bad. So I have this 170 hertz 1440p monitor running this Windows 95 jank at 800 by 600. That's where my life is. This is where we are at. Love it when the digital distribution platform whose selling claim was you can run these old games on modern OSs has clearly not updated their installs for some of these games since the Windows XP era. Yeah, it sure is a problem. I need to show you guys this other game that I found. It's probably gonna break and combust, but boy howdy, this dragon game is amazing. But anyways, yeah, I don't know if Dragon Lore: The Legend Begins is an actual adventure game, but it's. I need to show people this thing. So anyways, we'll go ahead and read this menu right here. The menu at right has a toggle button that allows you to choose between walkthrough and adventure play modes. In walkthrough mode, you will be given subtle guidance to help you along, and most of the puzzles have been either simplified or removed from the game entirely. This mode is suggested to novice adventure gamers or those who just want to experience the story in variant of time without the full-scale challenge. However, as several scenes have been omitted in walkthrough mode, you must play the game in adventure mode to experience it in its entirety. Remember to save often. It's best to name your game differently each time you save, just in case you need to return to an old saved game. To experience Buried in Time to its fullest, turn down the lights, put on a pair of headphones, and prepare for total immersion. Just, boy, Presto really... They are a forgotten figure of PC gaming back in the day. Like, we forget, but the FMV era was like a solid 5 to 7 years in which it was the lion's share of video game development on the PC, generating millions. And Presto was at the forefront of this. All right. So we're obviously going to check out the interface here because this is where the game immediately loses me.
The jumpsuit's navigation buttons allow you to turn
left and right,
the big thing about
this version
and move forward in the direction you're currently facing. A lit navigation button
is that now we are basically moving into missed slideshow rather than FMV-ness.
You can scroll through the items in your possession by clicking the up and down arrow buttons located next to the item list. Clicking the Inspect button between the arrows brings up an information screen on the selected item.
Now, it is important to note that Pegasus Prime, the game that we played, was an HD remake of the first remake of the Journeyman project. The Journeyman project original version of the game was more of a macro media, I think it was like 4 to 6 disc experience.
Clicking on their pictures. Biochips are program modules that allow the jumpsuit to perform
but it was
specific
largely
tasks.
a slideshow.
Biochips may be added to the jumpsuit to give it new functions. To activate a biochip, click on its picture in the inventory item icon window. This will bring up a control panel for that biochip. To get information
this is
about
just
what
a straight-up
does
port
or
of the
how it
original
works,
game.
Click the Inspect button. The final element of the jumpsuit's interface is the message window. This display will alert you to any situations or dangerous conditions that you need to be aware of. Pay close attention to the information displayed here. It could save your life. For further information on the jumpsuit and its interface, see the Buried in Time instruction manual or access the file's biochip after starting the game.
There we go. Let's check out the credits. Yep, Presto, Sanctuary Woods. They credit Macro Media. Oh, as one of their sponsors. Oh. I love it. I love it. Yep, here are the actors. Which, again, all of the actors that you see in Pegasus Prime, they are these actors brought back for the first game. The first game did not have FMV. It was all first-person stuff. Not seeing anyone here that rings a bell. I'm not seeing anything that rings a bell. Monty Python, special thanks. No cows were harmed during the production of Buried in Time. I should have explained this, but so the Journeyman project has joke death screens, and
for whatever reason, the people who at Presto Studios really like Diablo, so a lot of their joke scenes involve cows because they really like Diablo. Also like the font, everything here, right? Alright, so we're going to obviously do adventure and not walkthrough. We're going to play the intro. I will warn you, even with the magical trickery that I did to get this to play at a decent resolution, the intro cutscene will be incredibly small. There's nothing I can do to change this. I tried my best, but it just, as you can see, there's nothing to really change the settings here. Or you can change the audio levels, and that's about it. So, enjoy some FMV hotness.
First visit, Earth has been officially admitted into the symbiotry of peaceful beings.
So this basically picks up immediately after the first game, where we've prevented Dr. Sinclair's assassination attempt to sabotage humanity, joining the Alien Alliance at the start of the last game.
The arrest of Elliot Sinclair can be attributed to Agent 5, Gage Blackwood, who single-handedly defeated Sinclair's name.
This is some good shit, though.
Quick, there's not much time to explain. They'll be here any second. Yes, I am you. I've come from the future. We've been framed. Now, whatever you try to do,
You don't say!
do not interfere with what's about to happen. The suit I'm going to transfer over to
Say
you is
what?
close, so just stand still and watch. When it's all over, you'll be pulled 10 years forward in the future to my present. From there out, it's all up to you. Oh, and I've hidden more information inside of you. You'll figure out what I mean. Here comes the jumpsuit.
Fucking good stuff. Oh, no! Man.
Come on, Gage. Let's go.
Oh boy. This is where this loses me. Alright. So, here is where this game, I feel like, while the production values certainly are admirable, I feel like this game is a huge step backwards in terms of, like, how it controls. So, this is the game field. This is the interface. And instead of the full motion of the previous game, we're basically slideshowing this as if it's like Seventh Guest, more like. So as you can see, if I look up here, boom, look down, I can see the floor, cool. Let's move forward. Nope, I kind of wanted to move left. Okay, let's click on stuff. Oh, let's see what that is.
Since you're getting this message, I'm assuming everything is
Oh,
well.
shit.
Now,
What?
before you do anything, you need to understand that the role of the TSA has changed in recent years. In addition to the security unit, there's now another team whose job it is to research history. That's the team I was on. That is, until someone altered history at 4 of my research mission
I'm picking your
locations.
nose.
They weren't major changes, just enough to create temporal ripples.
Yeah, I
When
love
another
green
agent
screen
discovered the temporal
technology.
ripples about a week ago, I was suspended and put on house arrest. Then they discovered some evidence, and by the next day I was already on trial. I had just about given up hope last night.
Also,
when I
audio
did.
mixing where the music is so much
I'm
louder
being
than the
watched.
idea of the dialogue. Like,
You
that's not
still
me. I
prove
can't
that we're
change
innocent.
this. This is just the game.
So I've decided to break house arrest and jump back in time to get your help.
Did you see his face just snapped
If
back?
you know where I am, they won't be looking for me. You'll be free to jump to any of my research mission locations to see what's going on. Now,
This
pay
reminds
attention.
me of
This is
Hybrid Heaven.
important.
Like,
Go to each of the 4 time zones and gather as many clues as you can find. Try and discover what's been changed and how. I've programmed the jumpsuit to auto-record
you can
any
also
evidence
just
you
not click this action figure
Oh, and one more thing.
and
I
like
don't know if
not
this
know
has
what you need to
anything
do in the
with
game.
what's going on, but I was at the TSA
Like,
a
dude, if
couple
it was
weeks
that
ago
important to
doing
tell
an
me like
unscheduled check
this
for
whole
security
conspiracy, you should have
I
fucking
noticed
put it on
something was
like
wrong.
a required
seems a couple
biochip
of
for
the
me to
full
pick
pack
up
jumpers
instead of
have
an
gotten
action
crossed.
figure in your fucking
A good
apartment.
portion of the security grid was compromised for I don't know how long. Anyone with the right information could have gotten into or out of the TSA, the Pegasus warehouse, or any of the restricted areas without even being seen. I'm still not sure why I'm being set up, but I think this might have something to do with it. Be careful. Our life is on the line.
This man is going to try and pick up women on the boardwalk soon. Okay, well, that's one way to tell me what I need to do. Okay, let's go here. Nope. Forward? Oh, this interface is bad. Keep going forward. Nope. Ugh. Okay. This is not a puzzle game. Okay. Val 9000, get it? They're making a reference. Ha ha ha. Nerds. Auto chef. Shop nats. What? Alright, let me read this guide, because holy shit. Okay, go forward then left to place yourself in front of the China cabinet. There are figurines based on the Journeyman project on one shelf, and one of them represents Agent 5. Your future self said he had hidden information in yourself, so move the cursor over it and click to examine it. Now that the cursor changes to magnifying glass, when you move over an object you can examine. The view zooms into a closer look of the figurine. Move over it, blah blah blah, click. And the message left for you by yourself plays. There are hints on how to proceed and why you've been targeted. Move the cursor off the figurine until it changes to an arrow wrapped over itself. Click and the view will pull back to normal. This is the away mode on your screen. This places you in front of Gage's desk. Click the magnifying glass. Yeah, we have to kind of like move away from this thing then. Uh-huh. This is his desk. It asks me to go to the desk. Alright. Nope. Go to the desk. Yes. I'm moving to the desk. Okay. Click the magnifying glass cursor on the desk to move closer for a look. There are several objects to examine. Click the papers. Okay, we got this. Ah, you're gonna make me read. For the past few jumps, I've been experiencing a vague, dizzy sort of feeling when I time travel. It's pause. It's almost like something hovering just beyond the blah blah blah. Just beyond the reach of my consciousness, like a word on the tip of my tongue, and then the feeling goes away as soon as I get to where I'm going. I've never heard of anyone experiencing this before, so I'm afraid that I might be developing some new kind of time travel disease or maybe a sensitivity to it. Not that I'm surprised, no one's ever proven that. Wait. Time travels... Wait. Oh, sorry. Time travel's entirely safe. We're the guinea pigs. Sigh. I like how that's... Well, whatever it is, I can only hope that it doesn't get any worse. If it does, I'll have to let... Chalman. No. I don't understand it. The coordinates of the station were supposed to be accurate to within a millimeter, but somehow I just ended up floating in space where the station had been about an hour earlier. Unless the location and velocity data were wrong, I don't know how it could have been so badly miscalculated. They say they took everything into account, down to the most negligible effects on its velocity by any bodies within 1,000 light years of it. I could see the station drifting out there, but I couldn't get to it. The suit doesn't have any kind of thrusters. Pause. TSA protocol says to scrap a mission if something unpredictable happens, but this is obviously just an error in calculation. I think I'm going to go ahead and try to find a way to get to the station. But if I go into the TSA looking for a thruster, someone might wonder what's up. So it looks like I'll have to get creative. I came up with a pretty cheesy idea for propelling myself to the space station. Are you going to use a fire extinguisher? Please tell me you're going to use a fire extinguisher. I still can't believe it actually worked. Not that it matters. Even after getting in to barriers, no oxygen, no gravity, jammed doors, and here's the kicker, I heard a voice. There shouldn't have been anyone there. Whoever it was saw me and told me to get off the station. Actually, I'm not sure he saw me so much as detected my presence, but still I had no choice. I had to abort. It's a miracle I didn't cause a ripple. Maybe because whoever it was died up there before coming into contact with another human being. What the fuck is... But I can't help but think, what if it was Farnstein? Who are these people that you keep name dropping? Did he live longer than we believed? The station was obliterated. How could he have survived? Or could the stories be true? Might it have been an artificial life form that he created? I can't escape the irony. I went there to learn the truth, but the truth is what forced me away. Sigh. Maybe this is a sign that some things are meant to remain unknown. I don't know about my luck these days. It happened again. When I got to Galliard, there was someone standing right in front of me, looking out over the tower wall. He spun around the second he heard the displacement effect. There wasn't a thing I could do, but before he could even draw his sword, an arrow came over the wall and hit him in the back. Lucky for me, I guess. He would have killed me. Can you imagine the distortion that would have caused? Wait, that wasn't it. That wasn't the... I didn't read all of it. I didn't read all of it. That wasn't it. It should have created a huge one as it was. I guess we're just damn lucky, and the arrow would have hit him anyways. Pause. I don't get it. The jump locations are supposed to be scanned with a fine-tooth comb. How could they have not noticed? I'd like to hear their explanation for this one. And then, I go to watch Philippe Augustus's men climbing up through the garderobe. And when I get there, all I see is the grappling hook they left behind. The whole reason why I was sent there was to document how the castle fell, and they got me there too late for it. I know it's difficult to distill accurate information from historical records, but this is twice in as many missions. I guess I'm going to have a little talk with the guys in research before I end up materializing in the middle of a Shriners convention. On my last jump, the strange feeling that I've been experiencing during time travel became a little more tangible. I became aware of a faint, almost imperceptible ghost image of my jumpsuit floating slightly out of phase with myself. I'm assuming it's a glitch in the suit's circuitry. The time phase synchronizer's probably malfunctioning. You hate to see it. When my time phase synchronizer is out of shape, I can't go to work. I have to call in sick, and it's 2 days I have to call out in sick when my time synchronizer doesn't work. That should worry me, but I'm actually relieved. At least now I know there's nothing wrong with me. I'm going to have Bill run a diagnostic on my suit tomorrow. Wait, I'm done. Okay. Okay. You guys have been chatting. Help. I thought I heard the wails of lost souls. Guess it was just this. Yeah, fuck yeah. We're playing a good game. Don't judge me. Alright. Okay. Okay, examine the papers on the left of the desk. They will pull up and your view window will be filled with text. In each case where you read papers, the cursor will change shape, blah, blah, blah. A book. Oh, God. Shit. Shit.
Access privileges revoked.
Clicking things. Uh-huh.
You have 3
Yeah?
messages.
Click the magnifying glass on the object that looks like a drum head. Trampoline on the right. It turns out that this is a future answering machine. Click on the buttons on the left to play back each of your messages. Okay. Oh, God! Oh, God!
This is Mark Johnson from Interactive News Network. I'm just calling to see if you'd like a chance to tell your side of the story. Give me a call at Sector 10, 569-82227, and we'll talk about setting up an exclusive interview. I hope to hear from you soon.
What the fuck was that? Help, no more of that. No! It makes a sound effect
Hey, Gage,
too.
how you doing? Listen, I was... Oh, shoot, it's your day off. You're probably in Tahiti, as usual. Well, anyway, I was wondering if I could borrow your environ system. The record button's busted on mine, and I haven't had a chance to get it fixed. And hey, you do me this one favor. I might be willing to forget our bet. Remember? Grab ball last week? Thought you'd get away with it, huh? Not this time, pal. I beat you fair and square. So call me.
Who paid
I'm at
you
home.
to play
Thanks.
this? I forget. It was a rando, a complete rando when I was playing the Journeyman Project 1. God. Help.
Gage, it's me. Wake up and answer the phone. Hello. I know you're there. Where else could you be? Well, anyway, you owe me, pal. I got your jumpsuit. I just pray they
It's
don't
just
mail it
someone's
to
like,
the
oh,
evidence
you're
missing
playing the
before you
Journeyman
figure out
Project
what's
1. I
going
guess I'll
on.
donate to your
We'll both be
charity,
in
and
the
then
future.
also I'm gonna donate
It would
to
take a
make you
genius to
play
figure
the
out
second
that
game. I think it's
could've
better.
taken it. But hey, they wouldn't fire me, would they? I'm their chief technician. Who else do they have to get their net games running? I'll send you the suit as soon as I put in an Opmin biochip. If you get a chance, you'll want to modify it to automatically record evidence. And if you need anything else, please hesitate to call me. Oh, and Gage, do me a favor. Erase your messages for a change. Thanks. Good luck, buddy.
Hesitate to call me is a real good diss. Okay. When you finish with the message, use the curled arrow to back up from the normal view.
Agent 5, Gage Blackwood, is under house arrest. Access privileges revoked.
Okay. Define better? Well, it's clearly more ambitious. I have to read the comments to this guide. Imagine having this game redone as a Grim Fandango style gameplay and graphics. Journeyman Project still has its relevance to me, and it's 2019-2020, smiley face. The people who want to play these games, they still exist. And God bless them. God bless them. Holding out hope for the Journeyman Project. Touch this bowl of fruit. I'm gonna touch this bowl of fruit. Nope, can't do anything with the bowl of fruit. Gosh darn it. Where's my immersion? a game to watch. Song of Iron is a game to watch. Cool. This is a game to watch, too. Uh-huh. Okay. Sweet. I think we have to play around with that food replicator. I just don't know. Oh. Hey, we got porno mags? Hey, oh. Bandai. Haha, get it? Cause wait. I like it when Gino gets angry about small indie games that are made by one person for like pennies. They're like, oh, I'm so angry about this person who put their blood, sweat, and tears into a single product and clearly had thing, yeah, right? These are the robots. Robots from before. Uh-huh. It's just not a good... Yep, remember these robots from the first game? Okay. How do I leave? I would like to not have to... Oh, yeah, we gotta go backwards. I'm gonna pick up a plate. Okay. This is room with the green shit. Let's go back to the food replicator. Okay, I just need to remember how to get to the replicator. I'm not mad about it, it's just not a great game. You sound mad. Okay. Now we hit power, menu, shopnet. What does the guide ask me to do? Oh, okay. So type in the code for your current location, which is 625-94978. Okay. 625 94 978 transmit. I got a cheese girl. Accept purchase. Your order has been processed. Yeah, product has been sent to you. Thank you for... Uh-huh. Wait, what? Okay, menu. Yeah, let's get a cheese girl. Give me my cheese girl. Replicate. Hell yeah. Put the cheese girl in my inventory. What's the lore of the cheese girl? Cheese girl. Processed cheese food spread is made from 2 separate chemicals which mix when forced out of the pressurized can, coagulating into a non-toxic cheese-like substance. Warning, contents under pressure, risk of inadvertent propulsion of zero-G environments. Oh boy, will we have to use this? Jump. Interface. File. Evidence. Blank. Okay. Alright, we're good. Jump menu. Ah! Uh-huh. Can I get the mission briefing? We can go to the Chichen Itza. Oh boy, look at this text. Sometime around 1000 AD, the ancient Maya civilization of the Yucatan Peninsula began to die out for reasons still yet unknown. Also around this time, the Maya capital of Chichen Itza played host to newcomers in the form of Toltecs, a culture closely related to the Aztecs. No one knows for sure whether the Toltecs invaded the Mayas at Chichen Itza or if migrating survivors of their own dying civil culture were simply allowed to settle there. Your mission is to observe the resident culture and gather information that will lead to a definitive answer to this question. Warning: there will be a human presence in this environment. Gather footage from a safe distance and avoid being seen. Your destination coordinates have been scanned and cleared. Let's go to Chateau Gillard. Ha 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 ha. I think I'm going there at some point this year. Yeah, that would be a cool trip. That would be a cool trip. Okay, Chateau Galliard. Throughout his reign as King of England, Richard I battled with Philip Augustus to maintain Angevin rule over territories in northern France. To oversee and defend many of these territories, Richard the Lionheart quickly erected Chateau Galliard in the Les Andelys mountains of Normandy. For years, Philip sought to restore the state of his empire. After Richard's death, he got his chance. Having been financially crippled by Richard's exploits, England could do little to hold him off. Territory after territory was retaken by Philip. Though it was thought to be impregnable, Chateau Gillard capitulated to the French on the 6th of March, 1204, after a brief 6-month siege. A failed relief effort by King John is thought to have played a role in the fall of the castle. However, exactly why it succumbed so quickly is still a matter of some controversy. You are to travel to Chateau Gillard to witness the final days of the siege. Yo, guys, is this secretly, like, the game that inspired Assassin's Creed? What the fuck? To travel to Chateau Gillard to witness the final day of the siege and to document how Philip's troops gained entry into the castle. Warning, there will be a human presence in this environment. Gather footage from a safe distance and avoid being seen. Your destination coordinates have been scanned and cleared. Da Vinci Studio. Historical records allow us to trace the entire life of Leonardo da Vinci with... Yo, this is Assassin's Creed. What the fuck? With the exception of the years between 1482 and 1489. All that is known about this period of his life is that he was working as the military architect and engineer of Duke Ludovico Sforza of Milan. As this was during the war against the Venetian Republic, it is assumed that he built many new types of military devices, but few plans for such have ever been recovered. You are to travel to his secret workshop to document these unknown projects as you will be arriving in the middle of the night. The studio will be vacant. Your destination coordinates have been scanned and cleared. Farnstein Lab. Oh, wait. Someone get... How is this in a list of worst game puzzles except for the end? Probably. It's totally the end. What are you talking about? This game is like not even a puzzle until the end, which is the story of every single goddamn one of these games. It's more of a slideshow than anything else, and then it gives you this really god-awful puzzle at the end. That's the case with the Journeyman Project 1. That is the case with this. Oh my god, the third game. Holy shit, what are we talking about? But yeah, everything here is pretty simple until we get to that final puzzle. In the year 2282, a salvage vessel cruising Saturn for derelict ice mining platforms discovered the research station Amarax, which had served as the secret workshop and last known residence of master artist Kenneth Farnstein. The Amarax had been badly damaged in an asteroid shower with entire wings torn from its tattered hull. Upon inspecting what remained of the station, the salvage crew found 4 unique interactive sculptures made of polymorphing neural matter and an advanced neurocomputer, which became the direct forebearer of modern technology. The soft web that drove the computer, however, had perished decades earlier when the crippled station's power reserves ran dry. Farnstein was an enigmatic figure, part artist, part computer scientist. His far-fetched claims that the art he sold was the work of an artificial being of his own making were for many years considered ravings of a lunatic. But with the discovery of the Amarax, this belief has come under serious scrutiny. Your mission is to explore the damaged space station just after the accident while it still has power in its reserve. Try to determine the truth behind Farnstein's work. Comb the station for any signs of an artificial intelligence or anything else which may have gone unreported by the salvage crew, starting with the station's neurocomputer. As Farnstein is believed to have perished in the asteroid shower, the station should be vacant. Your destination coordinates have been scanned and cleared. He's played a bunch of these games. You never know when the terrible puzzles show up. Yep. There are 3 of these. Yes, this is the second game. There is a third game. I seem to recall that you basically do these in order. Guide saying to do Farnstein's lab first. Okay, I'm willing to do that. This game is also, the second game is, yeah, you don't do this in order. If I recall, this is the longest game of the franchise. The third game is the shortest. I remember that part. And there's a story there. And then the first game, I played the remake. I did not play the original game. I seem to recall Jeff telling me that the original version of the Journeyman Project 1 was like an hour or so, but it like spanned multiple discs. So we have jump, and we got the cheese girl. Alright, let's go ahead and jump. We're literally using a can of cheese to move in the vacuum of space. I think we move left. So that's blocked. We gotta be quick about this, yeah. Here we go. You can run out of air. That's the story of every single one of these games. I think we just keep going forward.
That always seemed to work in Scooby-Doo.
Pressure variance too great. Door may not be opened until pressure is equalized.
So, I guess I haven't gotten rid of you after all. You just pop up in different spots like a... whatever pops up in different spots. So, corrupting my work not enough? Back to finish the job? What?
And I thought I was being rescued. I'm breathing my last breaths here, and I get visited by Guido, the space vandal. Come all this way to tamper with my sculptures. What are you, an art critic?
Did he just say Guido?
So, what do? Travel around space looking for derelict crafts you can terrorize the survivors by redecorating while they're helpless? What'd you do? Bring a spray can too?
Look, if you're here to rescue me, fine. Just get on with it. If you're gonna add insult to injury by messing with my work, I can do without it, okay? Just leave me here to die in peace with my own work.
What do you want?
He did. Hey, Gino, the main character is an Italian American. So you got mad Italian American representation in this game. I'm gonna have to recall because I love this trilogy. Yeah, this is a blind playthrough. So I'm gonna probably have to bounce and get more cheese. I forgot how to do this. Yeah, we're gonna have to recall. I did not do this super well. Alright, we're gonna have to recall. Damn it. Blind playthrough. Gosh darn it. Yeah, it's cool that they let you jump back to avoid death. Did I not get everything in the room? Oh yeah, I don't have the translator chip. Translator chip. Did I forget to pick that shit up? Stand up, turn left. Cheese Girl, the translator biochip, and then we also want Gino's, oh, I forgot to mention, Gino, the main character's name is Gino. Gino's album, if I recall correctly. So I figured out how to get the cheese girl. Just buy it. Uh-huh. Cool. Okay, that's enough of that. Okay, I just did a giant circle. Okay. Uh-huh. There's two things. So I figured out how to get the cheese girl. I did not get everything here. Just let's just get the cheese girl and be a little bit better about doing Farnstein's lab. Let's read what the thing says here. From the inventory at the bottom of the screen, select Biochip Jump. Click on this and then select the jump menu from the right of the screen. This is the method used to select all the chips in your suit. Select the last destination, Farnstein Lab, then read the mission briefing. We did that. You should read each briefing before jumping to any destination. The space station is depressurized, so you should not waste time once you arrive. Jump to the station, look at the Cheese Girl information screen, select, then click on the magnifying glass. Grip the Cheese Girl package and move it to the main screen. Level with the space station, just right of the center. Release it there. This ejects cheese spread to propel you to the end of the station. Move left, down, forward. Keep going forward to the airlock. At the end of the corridor, touch the center of the airlock to open it. Move forward, left, left again. Oh, God. It's this. It's one of these ones, eh? Alright. I know how to do this. I was able to do Atlantis. Lost Stories Atlantis. We can do this. It's gotta be. Oh, God. Rip the Cheese Girl package. Alright. Moving forward to the airlock. Right. Touch the center of the airlock to open it. Move forward. Left.
That always seemed to work.
Left.
Scooby-Doo.
Pick up the metal bar. Turn back around. Left.
So, I guess I
Left.
haven't gotten rid of you after all. You just
Go
pop
forward.
Up in different spots, like whatever pops up in different
At
spots.
the door, select
So corrupting my work not enough?
up,
Back to finish the job?
left,
What?
forward. This puts you in front of the environmental control panel. Look at it. The schematic shows the space station, and you are at the top right in the capacitance array. Double-click to pressurize this room. You are on the top right. Okay. Okay, pressurize this room. Move left.
I thought I was being rescued.
Forward.
Breathing my last breaths here, and I get visited by
Open the airlock
Guido,
door.
the space family. Come all this way to tamper with my sculptures. What are you, an art critic? So, what do you do? Travel around space looking for derelict crafts you can terrorize the survivors by redecorating while they're helpless? What'd you do? Bring a spray can too?
Into the docking bay, okay? Your movements are right, forward, okay. Open the airlock, do more forward into the docking bay. The movements are... The movements are right? This is a fun part. Lol.
Where are you going anyway?
Oh, this is just...
You seem...
Oh, it's a minefield.
Somehow. Unlike before, your patterns, your more
Curious, like you don't really know what you're doing here, do you? You're not the same intruder.
Oh, shit. I clicked wrong. This reminds me of Bioforge. The 0G sequence of Bioforge. A blaster, a fork. Not enough backflips? You don't say. I should have saved before I did this. I need to find the door to a scanner room. At least we don't need to worry about the oxygen. I like the AI. Boy, do I not like this. Taunting you. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. What should you get for dinner? Something that makes you happy. That science wing? No? No, wait. Have you tried navigating the other side? Yes, but I can't get to the right room. That's not going to get us where we need to be. Alright, let's go here. You can just, if you know the solution to these things, you can just spoil. I am not against spoilers. Okay. Right, okay.
So,
okay.
Why are you here?
There's a loop on the other side.
Are you looking for something? Me?
Got it. Docking control science wing.
I guess I have an instinct.
That's part one done.
Yes. Didn't
in
feel
really bad time.
You're different somehow. Like I should trust you.
Thank you for the hint. Celtic lore. That's a puzzle. I would give that like a 6 or a 7 out of 10.
You'll have to excuse the scanner.
It's not.
Eyes and
I think
ears
it gets bumped up in terms of the score of that puzzle, the difficulty, the badometer, the dubosity scale.
Part of it, anyway. Not much to look at.
Just because I feel like the inputs.
It's what's inside that counts. Well, I guess I've decided to trust you. It's not like I have many options. I don't know. Maybe we
the
can
user interface there is just not good. But I don't hate it. I just think that the interface in the first game was better.
I'm afraid this conversation is going to be a little one-sided. My command-level voice recognition module got
I don't blame you for not wanting to do.
Well, I'm Arthur. You've probably figured out by now that I'm not real. But I'm learning to accept it, really. I split off a few copies of myself, and together we're sharing our feelings about it in group. Anyway, this is what I am. An artificial, non-organic.
Sometimes you just want to play games.
If you want
on
to
your
be
own.
politically correct. Trapped in this wreck with the power dying out a little quickly, I'm afraid. I've yet to figure out who you are, though.
Rather than on the terms of a
safely
wheel.
Rule out the fire department. I thought I was pretty advanced, but the technology
See, this
I'm
is
reading
where
in your suit is
I
astounding.
like the story of the
This is
Journeyman
crazy,
project.
but it almost seems like an evolution of mine. Look, if you'll let me, I should be able to interface with your logic system.
I just
and
think
maybe
that
get
the
a
way
clue
you
as to who
play
you
these
are and how
games
we
is
can
not
help each
great.
other. It means an intrusive scan, but we're both lost here, and I need you to trust me. What do you say? Alright,
I love it.
see what we've got. Temporal security? You're from the future. Well, I'm pleased to meet you, Gage. Wow, you're quite the hero. I guess this is my lucky day. But that's you. I don't get it. Whoa, I'm starting to get a headache here. This plot's getting a little hard to follow. I'm starting to get the picture here. Hey, this is about me. This is better than palm reading. Perished?
Oh no, I died.
Can't help me or you'll change history. I'm sorry. I've probably seen more than I should. I should have never scanned your biochips. Wait a second. Your biochips. Gage, I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. Take me with you. Your biochips are derived from the same wetware as my brain, only 1,000 times more advanced. If you take me with you, it'll cause a time distortion or whatever, but if I download a copy of myself onto a blank chip, nothing will have changed. And you need me. I know who framed you, the same person who messed with my sculpture. I can show you what they changed. What do you think? Is it a deal?
I think we click yes.
Great! Oh, you're not gonna regret this, Gage. Now let's see. I should be able to transfer the data across optically from my core. This is gonna work. That means we've got to get you inside the Nexus, which of course is inconveniently detached from the station.
Seems like we got people here who are fans of the Journeyman project. I actually did a retrospective.
Propel you across to
Go
the
ahead and
Nexus.
click the link in it
I'll have to
in
give you the
chat.
override code. It's risky, but it's doable.
That is a link to a write-up that I did.
The emergency release is just above the door. It's a manual release, so I can't do it for you.
Go.
Okay, punch in this code. 32770. The rest is up to you. Good luck.
I should save. No. How do I save? Ugh. Menu, save. Oh, wow. Uh-huh. This, I have not seen a save as screen like this, I wish I could show this, but it has my file stuff on here. Boy, I have not seen a save as system like this in a goddamn long time. Holy moly. Okay. Wow. Wowzers. Wow, 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 wow.
Emergency door release initiated. Please stand by.
Welcome, come to my brain. All that I am is contained in that sphere. You're gonna have to open me up. There's a manual code book. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I think it has to do with exchanging the red lights for green and vice versa. You'll have to figure it out. After that, well, if it works, the next time I talk to you should be from inside your suit.
Oh. Oh, hey, it's a puzzle. So I have to push the green lights up here. Huh. It's a puzzle. This is a puzzle. Yeah, sure is. Oops.
To anyone who may be listening, my name is Dr. Kenneth Farnstein.
There was a Journeyman Project 4 in the works, and they had its story written down. It just needed to be made, but got scrapped so people could work on the one of the Myst games. I do know that because I'm a Myst fan, and as a Myst fan, I'm not a fan of Presto's Myst stuff.
Self-awareness and creativity. My results have been astonishing. At first, I considered the experiment a failure. I had created an erratic, unpredictable, thoroughly irrational form.
Not a huge fan of their Myst work. They should have just made more Journeyman Project games.
A burst of insight so lucid I was astonished at the understanding. Not the cold conclusions of the machine, but something more right-brained, more intuitive. It was life. It was a result I was unprepared for. Author is not simply a program, he is a person. And I have sheltered him here from the circus our world would make of him. I'm afraid I may have corrupted him enough with my obsession for 20th century media. I ask that you understand, and if you can find it in yourself, to protect him for a while. He means a great deal to me.
Not exactly flattering. In less than 100 years of progress, you can fit me on a chip. So, how do you like my new home? Comfy little interface, eh? So, this is how I think I can help you out. I couldn't figure out a way for you to ask me questions directly, but I've created a
I love
comment
Myst
button
games.
that'll light up if I have something to offer. I've actually become pretty fascinated with art history and stuff, and by the looks of what your future self was researching,
There he is.
well, I've
We have
studied
Arthur.
come in handy. I've also created a help button in case you get stuck on a problem. You know what they always say, 2 minds are better than 1. But hey, you're the detective. I'm
sure you'll want to figure it out on your own before resorting to
Basically,
mine.
Arthur
There's more
becomes
info
our
features
hint
in the
system.
description. You might want to check that out. As to our mutual friend, he was reprogramming one of my sculptures in the biomass processing module. I think he set up some sort of harmonics response, but the only way to find out for sure is to visit the scene of the crime, and that means getting to that part of the station. I gather you don't have control over where you jump to in a time zone, so it may be a trek. The accident really trashed that part of the station. In fact, we may want to come back to it later. Alright, so maybe it won't make much difference when we get to it, but to be totally honest, I'd much rather go somewhere other than back to the station on my first trip out of here. You know what I mean? We could use a little adventure. Alright, Gage and Arthur's big adventure. I like the sound of that.
Okay, well. I think we get out, right? Oh, I have Arthur still selected. I'm surprised that whatever company owned the Journeyman Project games just didn't make the fourth game since it was already written and just needed to be made. Well, this is the complicated thing. So Presto Studios still technically exists. They're just in kind of a... They're just more satisfied. From what I was told and what I researched, Presto technically still exists, and all of the people who made the Journeyman Project are still active. It's just, instead of making new Journeyman Project games, or even like kickstarting them like what they did with Tex Murphy, they're more satisfied with just porting all of these games to modern consoles, or modern mobile phones. So, there's like people that continue to keep Presto going, but it's not... They're not exactly maintaining the IP in a way that we would probably equate with being respectful to people who like the games. Or this franchise. Okay. So I think we need to go back to the station. The weird thing about Arthur is that Arthur is kind of like the mascot of the Journeyman Project. He does not appear until the second game. Arthur is not in the first game at all. Although I will say that Arthur's story arc in the third game is kind of amazing. Power, let's get menu, again, shopnet, 625, 94, 978. I think that they should just do, they should take these games 2 and 3, they should just make what they did to 1, Pegasus Prime, they should do that to 2 and 3. Modern techno. Where is the translator chip? Oh, you're right. I do need to.
Has that bird thing ever fooled anyone?
And now Arthur makes witty comments. Did you get the code from the TV? I did not observe the TV. Now I remember. Boy, I have not played this at all. I think there's something about this style of adventure game where you're just clicking around, just discovering things that I think works for me in a way that I understand why people don't like this style of gameplay, but I'm down. I'm down to clown. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Just being closed-minded again. Okay, that's enough that. Yeah, I'm sorry that I don't like playing games that have super duper action. That's the figurine there. What is the television? Up?
These are wonderful toys. And when are you getting the dream continuum?
Right, this.
Gage.
That's
please
what I
tell me
needed
these
to
books
do.
came with the apartment.
Antique books for display purposes only. Please do not touch.
I see.
Antique
You have books,
for
and
display
none of them can be read.
Only. Please do not
Gets
touch.
me in the mood for some of that non-drinkable water.
Antique books for display purposes only. Please do not touch. Antique books for display purposes only. Please do not touch. Antique books for display purposes only. Please do not touch.
Nice.
Alright. So we've already seen this and this and this. That's the message machine.
You have 3 messages.
Alright, we've already seen the message machine. I've already seen the messages. I always kind of have to fumble around with these games. Where is the remote? How do I just... Okay. Around one person who prayed Gage in the cinematics isn't back in the 4th. Oh, right. It's this room. Fuck me. I'm an idiot. I'm a dum-dum. No. You don't have to go up the stairs to get to the TV. You don't have to go up the stairs to get up the TV. Okay. Learning. Aha! Learning. Learning. this thing. Yes. INN, Interactive News Network.
INN will return after a word from our sponsor. La peinture fraîche.
Jote Latzande.
We'll watch all of these cutscenes.
Sasta Gorsht.
Let me increase volume
If you
for
hadn't
this.
understood those important messages, you would have just
Wet paint.
screwed up your best suit,
Oh, that's way too
Flippity Van
driven off of a cliff,
Cheap meat.
been poisoned,
Restaurant smoking in the lobby.
and peed your pants on a foreign planet. Yes, for all those reasons and more, there's the Omniglot DM dual mode translator biochip from Samco. Just pop the Omniglot DM into any standard biotech interface and voila! No more frustration, no more confusion. The Omniglot DM instantly translates the written and spoken forms of any known
I
language.
love this.
It does it all. The Omniglot DM translator biochip from Samco. Get it today.
Samco Translator Biochip available at Frugal's and other fine stores for low price of $199.90. Or order over ShopNet. Product order code 689-22378. 689-22378. Order now.
Okay. Okay. That's cool.
The heads of ministry will continue to meet with Symbiotry representatives today in the Assembly Hall of the United Ministry Complex. These talks were requested by several member races as a forum in which to discuss the place of time travel technology in the symbiotry of peaceful beings. Today marks the beginning of the third week of negotiations,
This is good.
yet there is still no end in sight. Sarah Michaels is standing by at the United Ministry Complex with a report.
Thank you, Mark. The main factor protracting the discussions is the inability
This
of the
is so
Symbiotry
good.
to decide what should be done with the technology. The representatives have formed three distinct factions whose strongly opposing views have caused them to remain tenaciously entrenched.
These
in
developers had a
deadlock.
green screen and
While
were
one
happy
group
to
believes
use
we
it.
are committing the unforgivable act of hoarding a vital technology. A second supports the symbiotry tenet that each race has sovereignty over its own technologies. The third contingent, which has grown in strength since the arrest of Agent 5, contends that time travel represents a threat to every race of the symbiotry and should be destroyed altogether. Even though most attending races strongly disagree with humanity's sole ownership of the technology, our heads of ministry refuse to acknowledge their arguments, citing its inevitable misuse as
I
their
wonder how much
foremost
these people
concern.
got paid.
Therefore,
To pretend to be
barring
news
symbiotry
reporters?
action,
Yeah.
it is unlikely that the status of time travel as
Yeah.
a proprietary technology of Earth will change.
The opinion originally held by the
Uh-huh.
majority of races represented at the despite being the third viewpoint, which was originally held only by the Unwa, is that the existence of time travel
Wow.
technology represents a
Wow.
threat to the history
Wow,
of
wow, wow,
every
wow, wow,
race
wow,
in
wow.
Symbiotry.
This
For
is
this
voice
reason,
acted
these
lore.
races feel that all existing time machines should be completely dismantled. Following the arrest of Agent 5, the Loksoni changed their allegiance from petitioning for the release of time travel technology to requesting its destruction. Despite the arguments made by the symbiotree envoys, the general opinion of the heads of ministry so far appears unswayed. Michael Rozhenko of the Northwest Asia Collective rebutted that the danger of time travel falling into the wrong hands and being used to change history, however slight, is still too great to even consider releasing the technology.
The events surrounding the arrest of Agent 5
I want
bring
more
back
of this.
memories of the Elliot Sinclair incident. That historic day 10 years ago could have turned out much differently if it weren't for Agent 5 of the Temporal Protectorate. After building the first ever functional time machine, only to have the government shelve the project because it was considered too dangerous, Sinclair decided to sidestep the politicians and build his own temporal transporter. Years later, when the Sorolans made contact with Earth to offer us a place in the symbiotree of peaceful beings, the xenophobic scientist suddenly found himself with a new purpose. Fearing an alien invasion, he tried to convince the public that the Sorolans were not what they appeared to be. But this endeavor met with little success.
This is great because this is how the cutscenes played in the original game.
And on the verge of insanity, Sinclair formulated a plan to make Earth a more difficult target for the Sorolans. On the day of the Sorolan ambassador's arrival, he sent each of his 3 robot
basically
minions
just
back
summarizing
in
the
time
events of
to
the first
change
game.
the course of history. The first he sent to create a nuclear scare that would prevent world unification and prolong the Cold War. The second was to destroy the Morimoto
I did
Mars
hear about
colony
how
and make it
there
look
was
like
a
the work of an
fiasco with the
alien
printing
race.
of the discs.
And the third Sinclair sent to kill Dr. Enrique Castillo, the individual who was most influential in convincing humanity of the benefits of joining the symbiotree. His backup plan, should his robots have failed, was to assassinate the Sorolan delegate. It was our good fortune that Agent 5 was on duty at the Temporal Security Annex that day. He detected the temporal distortions.
You only
stopped
see
each
that
of the
shooting
androids,
animation
and
if
then
you fail.
apprehended Sinclair himself. That fateful morning made a hero of Agent 5 and spawned the blockbuster holoflick, The Journeyman Project. Elliot Sinclair was put on trial and found guilty of all charges. He was sentenced to life imprisonment on Vega Thalon and hasn't been heard from since.
INN will return after word from our sponsor.
The soon-to-be-released Geno, A Fond Remembrance, is Volume 4 of G-Tech's Rock Through the Ages collection. Never before has there been a video collection that captures the many moods of Geno Andrews. You'll hear the melancholy Geno.
So many songs about the rain.
The
This
rebellious
is
Geno.
good stuff.
Yes, the carefree Geno.
I bought 3 different Journeyman trilogies, and between them I was able to play the second one.
And of course, the lovesick Geno.
This
All
just
of his
seems like a
chart-topping
way
videos
more
are here,
authentically
brought back from the archives of the
FMV game
past and completely remastered in stunning 4D sound.
than
In
what
fact,
I
Geno,
played
A Fond
with
Remembrance is the most
Pegasus
complete
Prime.
collection of Geno's hits ever compiled on one EC. Call our toll-free ShopNet line now and receive a free sample from the upcoming EC that's bound to be an instant classic. Geno, A Fond Remembrance.
We also need that one. Okay.
The ongoing saga of Gage Blackwood took a frightening twist this morning when the agent of the Deep Time Unit broke house arrest to jump 9 years back in time. Fortunately, the illicit time jump was detected and he was immediately apprehended by Agent 8 of the Temporal Protectorate. Although it's still not clear how and why Blackwood obtained the TSA jumpsuit, Temporal Security Agency officials
I also
did
bought
say
this
that
game,
no
and then
distortion
I
ripples
also
have yet
bought The
been
Mystery of the
detected,
Druids
and that there is no
for
reason
59
whatsoever to believe
cents.
that Blackwood has altered history in any way. Our Lisa Long has a report from TSA Administrative Headquarters.
59 cents.
In a strange turn of events that can only be described as unimaginable, the highly decorated Gage Blackwood, better known as Agent 5 of the Deep Time Unit, has been arrested and put on trial for the crime of historical sabotage. We apologize for the lack of trial footage, but because of the sensitive nature of the material being presented, no recording equipment has been allowed into the tribunal wing of the United Ministry Complex where the trial is being held. The drama unfolded 3 weeks ago when Agent 2 of the Temporal Protectorate discovered 4 distortion ripples while conducting an unscheduled historical scan. As it turned out, the dates of the ripples exactly coincided with times to which Agent 5 had been sent for research purposes. The
Yeah,
agent
I heard
immediately
that.
contacted his supervisors, and on their
Heyo.
orders, 3 agents were sent to apprehend Agent 5, who offered no resistance. Later that day, more evidence was found in Blackwood's locker, suggesting that
Historical
he had
sabotage
disobeyed
is just
Temporal
what they're
Security
doing in
Agency
states banning
directives
critical race
for
theory.
personal
Heyo.
gain.
Yeah.
Unless deemed absolutely necessary, the TSA will not send agents to investigate or restore the distortions, as any further
You made that
tampering of
joke.
history may cause
You sure
adverse
did make that
effects,
joke.
possibly even turning the ripples into full reality distortion waves.
Oh, sorry.
Prosecuting attorney Phil Stevens alleges that Agent 5 intentionally altered the past in 4 of the 10 time zones.
It was
to which he had been
Daggerfall
sent for
free,
research
yes.
purposes, his only apparent motive being personal gain.
There are multiple
In
ways
so
to get
doing,
Daggerfall
Agent
for
5 would
free.
have knowingly violated Temporal Security Agency ethics, as well as the law. As temporal sabotage in any form is considered the worst possible crime against humanity.
Now, if you're
Stevens is
asking,
aiming for
should
the
you play
maximum allowable
Daggerfall?
sentence. In the absence of an alibi or any evidence proving Agent 5's innocence, defense attorney Sandra Gallagher will be setting out to show, through the testimony of character witnesses, that it is not likely Mr. Blackwood committed the crime. If the defense can elicit some doubt of Blackwood's guilt, he will go free. Witnesses for the defense will include Agent 3 of the Deep Time Unit, Agent 8 of the Temporal Protectorate, the Commissioner of the Temporal Security Agency, and Agent 5 himself.
If Blackwood is indeed guilty, he has altered more than just the past. The future, too, will likely feel the results of his actions. The Deep Time Unit will probably be discontinued before
Yeah,
ever
I feel like you're
realizing
ignoring
its
the
full
fact.
potential.
So I feel in 5 to 10 years,
there is an
GameStop and
even
EB
greater
Games may
issue
go
at
out of
stake.
business since games
That
are
is
going
whether the
digital,
Temporal
and
Security
places like
Agency
Target,
itself
Best Buy,
is more of a
Walmart, and
risk
Amazon will
than a
be able
safety measure.
will be the only places
Many
to get
feel that it should be
arcade
shut
systems.
down and
Yeah,
everything
I think
related
Arbitrary
to
pointed
time
it out.
travel
Like
destroyed.
most
Others
GameStops are
argue
already
that
like
the technology has
30
already
to
been
40%
invented,
Funko
so there's
Pop.
nothing stopping it from being reinvented for the wrong reasons. So in their opinion, the Temporal Security Agency must remain operational to safeguard against future acts of historical sabotage.
INN will return after a word from our sponsor.
Oh, wow.
Cheese girl.
Help. Help.
last-ditch effort to stay afloat, the Louvre Art Museum held an auction
is
of
great.
unprecedented scale yesterday. The museum was forced to sell off many of its older collections to pay off creditors and to raise funds desperately needed for renovations to the facility. In a fervent display of support, the art community rallied around the historic landmark, showing that the museum itself is every bit as valuable an artifact as any of the works of art it contains. The auction was an astounding success, raising 138.5 billion credits, easily surpassing the 100 billion credit goal. This windfall was due in large part to one generous bidder who preferred to remain unidentified. Martin Walker is standing by with a live report from the Louvre.
Sorry.
Thanks, Mark.
This dude's not even wearing normal. He's just wearing his normal clothes. He's not even dressed like a reporter.
To survive yesterday's extensive art auction.
This is just some
Items up
dude.
for auction included artifacts and works of art from many of the Louvre's oldest collections, including the Da Vinci exhibit, the ancient Egyptian, and Toltec Mayan exhibits. 4 particular items were snapped up by a generous bidder who paid much more than the asking price. The bidder's identity is unknown, but it is assumed to be an art enthusiast who didn't want to see the Louvre shut down. There are rumors, however, that the buyer may actually have been acting on behalf of another race in the symbiotry, which, according to the Earth History Preservation Act of 2322,
Do they not know what the Louvre
we're told
is?
An investigation may follow. Museum sources that I spoke to speculated that the revenue
The
from
Louvre is
auction
never going
will be
out of
enough to keep the Louvre in
business?
operation
Do they
for
just
at least
not-
the next 5 years. However, they warned me that the price of admission may go up in order to help cover operating costs. A small price to pay for such a wealth of human history and culture.
The Louvre's financial difficulties arose from a combination of rising maintenance costs, overspending, and lower than normal attendance. Several costly acquisitions in recent years sunk the museum into spiraling debt. When repairs to the facilities became unavoidable and visitor attendance fell, it became clear that a major influx of cash was needed to cure the museum's ills. In June, the decision was made to auction off several of its older exhibits.
Okay.
The 4 items that the unidentified bidder purchased included the Toltec Mayan ceremonial coffer, King Richard the Lionheart's sword from the Crusades, Leonardo da Vinci's Codex Atlanticus, and an interactive sculpture entitled Self-Awareness, credited to Kenneth Farnstein. Attendees of the auction said the buyer did not try to purchase any other items, but immediately made an excessive bid on...
This is good stuff. This is like, I don't see how, even if you don't like FMV stuff, like this seems like the right kind of FMV. Like this isn't Night Trap or High Wire or Tomcat Alley, where you just finish the entire thing in like 20 minutes. This is trying to do stuff. This isn't Night Trap. So we want 6, 8, 9, 2, 2, 3, 7, 8. Transmit. Purchase. Let's get that. Replicate. Then we want the Geno album. Shop at 5, 3, 8, 4, 8. Transmit. Gino, a single. Free. No, 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 no. Oh, shit. All right. All right, I think we're set up for our next jump. Okay, we're gonna go to the Maya. We should actually also jump. Okay, okay. So, now time jump. Oh, wait, jump. Jump menu. Let's go to the, yeah, let's go to the Chichen Itza. Jump. Oh, this looks wild.
That huge pyramid is the Castillo. It's dedicated to Kukulkan, who was the Mayan equivalent of the Aztec serpent god
All right.
Quetzalcoatl.
Temple.
The structure behind it is the Temple of the Warriors.
I believe we want the translate chip. Activate. All right. So. Oh. Right. So what does this say? Oh, right. This is where we adventure gaming. Libations must be made to the lords of the night to gain passage into the realms of the underworld. If you're asking what was that click, are you actually taking notes? I am. Okay. The inscriptions. Okay. A supplicant must prove his worth by passing the trials of the underworld. Okay. Only after passing the trials may the supplicant gain counsel. pass some trials. And then become a supplicant. Okay. The sequence that follows gets you from the Mayan temple from above or ground to the caves beneath. This is needed several times in the game, and when needed again, I will just ask you to go to the Maya caverns. Now enter the shrine building. Just... Okay, enter the shrine building. Enter the shrine building. Pick up a ceramic dish. Okay, pick up the ceramic dish. Homage must be paid to 4 lords of the night before the layman is allowed to touch the holy vessel of ordainment. Arthur makes some interesting comments if you look at the pictograms. Okay.
Those are Mayan hieroglyphs. They had a pretty sophisticated pictograph writing system. Unfortunately, my Mayan's a little rusty right now.
Ha 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 ha.
I would guess that we're standing on the High Priest's grave pyramid. Historians have theorized that before it was a tomb, it was used for some other ceremonial purpose.
Alright. Dog, tree, obsidian. Yep. Oh, so this is like some sort of weird combination lock. So I guess now what I need to do is find the right combination, which is probably some part of the environment. 8, 12. Oh, yeah. It's this, right? And I just need to match it, right? Okay. So then, combination for this is water 8. Water 8. Lightning 12. Okay. Flint 1. Okay. Rabbit 4. Jaguar 11. Okay. Mountain 7. Okay. Obsidian. Obsidian 7. Tree 3. Dog 9. Just have to use one of them. It is a representation of the calendar, but I think there is a right one. Okay, we'll just try all of them. So this is tree. Tree should be 3. Okay, so that wasn't it. Lizard. Don't have lizard. Flint should be 1. Okay. Mountain should be 7. Jaguar should be 11. Nope. Moon. Don't have moon. Water should be 8. Nope. Flower, don't have it. Deer, don't have it. Serpent, don't have it. Vulture, don't have it. Lightning. Lightning should be 12. Rabbit should be 4. Wow. You have to be careful about these clicks. Cycles through this. Nope. Okay, rain. Don't have it. Dog. Wind. Do we have wind? No. Death? No. Tree. Tree is 3. Lizard? We don't have lizard. Flint. Huh. Check. Are there other inscriptions here? Oh, yeah, there were. Fuck me. Water's 8, yep. Lightning 12, sure. Flint 1, yes. Rabbit 4, yes. Jaguar 11, yes. Mountain 7, yes. Obsidian 7, oops. I set obsidian to 1. Tree 3, dog 9, oops. Me and my bad handwriting. Obsidian 7. Okay. Okay. Put the ceramic dish on the statue in front of you. You will drop through a trapdoor into the caves beneath. This is the end of the sequence. Go to the Maya caverns. This time, move forward, then down. Forward. Down. Copper medallion. Pick up the copper medallion. This is just right of the skeleton on the floor. If you wish to look around further, you can, but access to the other doors in this section cannot be made until you have picked up some items in the other time zones. Yep. If wrong date is up, he does die. Cool. Just jump. This seems bad. They put a lot of effort into that animation, by the way. Well, let's jump out, I guess. lot of this is just get used to the way these games control. Alright, well, that was a pretty fun introduction. We're gonna end for now. That was, it's been to about 2.5 hours. Feel free to hit follow. Here's my promise. I will play this tomorrow, Monday. This was interesting. This might be the most interesting FMV game I have played in a long time. I'm ready for more. But I've been doing this for 2.5 hours. I'm a little on the tired side after yesterday and stuff. Anyways, yeah, just if you're new here, go ahead and hit follow. This is going to be a complete run. We will complete this game. That's my promise to you. Obviously not doing the most hyper efficient run here on this game. It's a blind playthrough. What else can I say? Struggling with some basic mechanics here and there. If you want to check out my write-up of the first game, or actually I should say the Pegasus Prime reboot or remaster of the first game, I'll put the link to the blog right here. Thank you so much for everyone who tuned in. I'm signing out for today. But yeah, like I said, I will 1000% be doing a full playthrough of the Journeyman Project Part 2. I'm ready. We'll do France and Da Vinci probably tomorrow, or at least we'll start France. We'll start France. It looks like, based off of my little cheat sheet here, we're supposed to do France next. But anyways, I want to thank you all for tuning in. And boy, this was actually fun. Little technical issues aside, just getting this game to run on modern technology aside, this was fun. I had a good time. I hope you guys also had a good time as well. But anyways, have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.